So, hey, beautiful people, this is a new section. We're calling this Unscripted. It's basically our unfiltered thoughts, mostly unedited version of us just talking about random stuff.
Random stuff, man. What? Dude, okay. Before we get into anything like that, there was a very big announcement that happened this week.
No, what's that?
We are getting Deadpool 3 with
Right.
fucking Hugh Jackman returning as Wolverine. Oh,
That
man.
I'm genuinely excited about that. My biggest concern is that it might affect. No, I want to be positive, but it might affect the legacy of Logan. But if I just treat Logan as like the absolute last story of Wolverine, then great. But besides the point, I think it's safe to assume Deadpool and Wolverine are now officially in the MCU. And Jesus Christ, I'm all for it.
Hell yeah, man. Finally, dude. Finally they're going to be on screen together. Like, I mean, we've only seen it like Ryan Reynolds' Deadpool like hint at it the for like the past 10 years now. Um, but dude, man, it's gonna be so good. Like, I did like how they said like Logan happened. Logan, like they're not gonna be touching on that, especially like they even said like the time period that one was in. It
Mm-hmm.
is gonna be interesting to see where they're gonna handle it. I think it works now. I mean, it's badass, man, because we basically almost have like all of like the 2000s Marvel era coming back, like with how No Way Home was, Spider-Man No Way Home, and um, seeing
Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange, yeah, with Professor Xavier, like all the Spider-Man villains. Now we got Hugh Jackman returning. It's gonna be dope, man, because the next with that Avengers movie, with Secret Wars, that's like I've been just seeing so many posts like they're gonna just it's gonna be huge, and they're wanting like it looks like they're trying to bring back as many people as they can with all these multiple variants, all these different universes colliding in one. Dude, it's gonna be fucking awesome.
Yeah, I know. Like some people's top of their wish list of Wolverine, one of which is Tom Hardy, and there was a recent picture of Tom where he won like a gold medal in a jiu-jitsu tournament,
Yeah.
and he literally does look like Wolvie right there.
He does, man. Especially like with his hair's growing out a bit too, and yeah, I thought that was really cool. He got two championships in jiu-jitsu. I thought that was
Yeah, no, like he's an absolute boss. Like,
yeah.
like like I know he's been in a few fighting movies like Warrior,
Oh, that's a
and
good one.
he's he's got the he's got the credentials to be an action star. And but if he's only limited to Venom, you know what? He does a great Eddie Brock, much better than the first guy. But I'm not gonna blame the first guy at all. I'll blame Avia Rod right there.
What you weren't down for Topher, Zadie Brock? No.
He's just so scrawny. Like the worst miscasting ever.
That is up there. I think that is up there as one of questionable casting there. But I do hope that we can bring in Tom Hardy as Wolverine. That would be an amazing. Like he would do amazing at it. Like he has the credentials. He has like he can get to that point. Like I one of my favorite ones. Yeah, is him in Warrior. Um, and I loved him in Mad Max. Like
Oh
he
yeah,
was badass in Mad Max.
yeah. That was 7 years ago for Mad Max. Jesus Christ.
Jeez, what the heck? Time
And
flies.
Logan was 5 years ago. That was our second year, and that was the biggest movie of the year. And 2017 was a great year for movies, man. Like there was Logan, there was Blade Runner, there was King Kong. No, it's called Skull Island. Never mind. and
Well, that one was still
I'm pretty sure
that
I
was
was
still fun.
missing something else.
Yeah, that was that. You know, looking back, that was a really good year. That was a really good year for movies. Isn't that? No. Infinity War came out in 2018.
18.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
18 was another good year.
that's true. That's true. We've been having some good years there. I remember.
Yeah, and unfortunately, since the pandemic happened, it feels like right now we have to cherry pick what we want to see because there's just not a lot going on.
Yeah. No, man, I feel that. I've been really wanting to go to the movies. Shit, I might this weekend.
Sweet.
I really been wanting to go to the movies, but it's hard because I don't know what I want to watch. And
The Smile looks pretty fun.
it does, and I still want to watch Barbarian too, like
No, same here. It's just unfortunately time. Time is
right.
the older you get, the less time you have, which is kind of sad.
You know that's a reality I'm facing right now.
Yeah, being an adult sucks. So
It does, man. I've been really, I don't know. I've been enjoying that, but I do feel like I'm valuing my time a lot more. My time and my sleep. Just because
sleep's important.
it is, man. It is. Like I work overnights, and like, I mean, I'm thankful that I was able to work something out. So I'm working 4 days a week for 10-hour shifts, and I get a nice long weekend. But damn, like that even that time, it flies by. Like I can't believe we're already in October now. That's fucking insane.
Yeah, like this year, just like what the fuck happened to this year, man? Like
Yeah.
it's all a fucking blur.
It flew by, but with all these announcements for like the lineups of all these movies, shows we're getting, like 2023, 2024 is looking like good years, man. It's looking like some good years, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm gonna be turning 25 in February, dude.
Wow, quarter of a century old.
Hell yeah, man. But I feel mentally I feel like 35 though.
Yeah, no, that's a good mindset. Too many. I hate to sound like a boomer, but too many young people don't grow up. I'm afraid asshole culture is a thing right now. So it doesn't take a lot to be kind. So
No, it doesn't. It's free 99.
yeah. So
No, it's true, man. It's true though. I don't know, man. Like it's been really interesting because we were talking about like just our times and with just time and everything. I've mostly, I think it added even more due to the pandemic, but
Yeah.
I am such a homebody. Like my Friday night is funny too because we're recording this on Friday night, but my Friday night literally just consists of just like wanting to just chill at home and
yeah.
wanting to just, I don't know, like just, I think maybe that's just the introvert in me, but I like recharging. I feel like I have like considering myself like a phone, like my battery needs to charge, and I do that by like watching movies, watching some TV shows, catching up on things, playing video games. Like it just like, it's a nice way to attach myself from everything else that just goes on in my life. Like I love all the things that I do. I love it. I'm living the dream. I'm living my dream that I set out for myself. But
That's good, man.
yeah. I just at least like once a week, I just need a day where I could just fuck off into a hole.
Yeah, like unfortunately, hustle culture is a thing right now because, especially if you're in the Lower Mainland, because Vancouver is not a cheap city.
Mm.
It's kind of sad. So
It is. It is. Yeah, and absolutely like this hustle culture, and I think that's something that I've been facing a lot lately, and always feeling like I need something to show for, when it's not really the case. It's all mental. It's almost like a mental game. But I don't know. I think I'm I think that's what these past couple of years have been really. I've been trying to take as is like living more in these moments, really working on myself through the big one is just mental health, because yeah, the city can get draining, and with this inflation that's going on, like like fucking getting wrapped around on everything. I try to get a fucking one little thing at the grocery store end up costing like a couple hundred for like 5 items.
No, it's insane. It's absolutely insane. Like,
it's crazy.
my last grocery bill was like $90, and I was just trying to make soup, and like, this seems like fairly cheap to make, and like the whole thing was $90. Like, for fuck's sakes. So
Jeez, man, jeez. But it's yeah, just keep on keeping on, and that's like having this show has been just so nice, man. Just like I don't know, getting together once a week, just talking about the things we love, and even the things that we watch. Like, I don't know, looking at like something like our Pinocchio, when we reviewed Pinocchio, or like even those the ones that we don't really necessarily are fond of, but it's just really nice to talk about, because we're talking about the stuff that we want, with like movies and TVs, and it just always just brings me back to when I don't know, I remember years back when we were at Capilano, and we'd just be like talking for hours, and I kept telling you, man, I was like, dude, this we should make a podcast. Like, this would be fucking dope. Like, we're talking about all this stuff. And then, like, I remember coming back from Telus, and we went and met up, and we had some ramen. And you're like, man, I'm thinking about making a podcast. I'm like, dude, let's do this podcast we've been talking about for years, man. And so
here
it's
we
been
are.
good.
And yeah, and a huge part of it is thanks to Telus. Thanks to that grant, it gave us a lot of goodies that we needed. In my case, I really needed new headphones. Obviously, the mic, that's the most important thing right there. Mm-hmm. And yeah, so until we get another big-ass grant, we'll probably continue making the production value all the more professional.
Yeah, because I really see this show can go far, and I like something I know you and I have been talking about for some time too, was like, we want to get more guests on the show. Yeah, I think that would be really good to, hey, if you're watching this and you want to be on the show, definitely hit us up, and we'll make that happen.
Yeah, give us a holler. We love talking to guests, even though I personally was not proud of how I was a interviewer. I was so fucking tired that day, so I was so nervous.
Well, and like looking back, because I checked out our first guest that we had when we had Loretta Todd, and
you're a brave one.
Those humble beginnings, man. Those are humble beginnings, and I loved our guests that we had, because it was definitely a different setting that we had, and I think at the time too, we were just trying to figure out where we want to take the direction of the show.
Yeah.
And I like looking back at those, because it's like sometimes you just have to look at where you come from, like where you came from, and then seeing the progression, and knowing, like, even though we had those rough bits, and I mean, shit, we even had episodes we recorded but didn't even make the make the channel, but
it didn't make the cut.
Yeah, those did not make the cut. But I mean, it's nice seeing, like, we're going on just over a year now of doing this, and it's been
I think
awesome.
2 years technically, wasn't it?
Almost.
Was it 2020?
Oh shit! Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember, like, Enola Holmes was our first episode, but we didn't air that one because we were like, it was just too negative. We're like, yeah, no, I agree. So.
Right. Yeah. And so
And
we
then
had
there was The Boys, and we did Mandalorian.
Mhm.
Um, but we didn't have the necessary tools fully to fully utilize what we wanted to do. And again, thanks to that grant, we are able to get what we needed.
Yeah, oh man, I love the microphone. I love the setup. We were able to get some good tools on how to handle things. Like, the one aspect that I really love doing as well is, and I was actually telling Devonna this yesterday. I really am loving graphic design,
Ooh,
and
nice.
just like, I think doing the graphics for the show have like really contributed to that. I love doing like logos and adding, you know, thumbnails and posts. Like, it's been really fun. Like, I don't know, man. I really enjoy doing that. I love because I use Canva app, and yeah, it's just I don't know. It's been something I love as like another hobby.
Yeah, it's always good to be creative. I used to back in the day. I used to paint a lot. Well, then school happened, and that hobby is kind of the back burner. I've been meaning to paint again.
Oh man, do you
So
have any? Do you have any years around?
um, do I? Question. That's a great question. We cleared out a lot of shit out, so I'm not sure. So
Oh man, dude, yeah, man, I'd love to check out your painting sometime.
yeah, no, absolutely. If I find one, I'll be sure to give you a little holler. Yeah, no, it's always good to be creative, and it's always good to learn new things. It keeps the mind sharp. Um, don't want to be. Oh, no, never mind. I was gonna say something political, but I'm like, no, I don't want to talk politics. I just want this to be a chill channel.
Hey, fair enough, man. Fair enough. No,
I was
man.
about to talk about the anti-vaxxers. That's what I was going about.
Oh, the anti-vaxxers. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. There's those are interesting. Those are
It's a
interesting
hot
people.
topic, especially in the beginning of the year with the convoy there.
Oh yeah. Oh man. Jeez. I mean, you know, I'm thankful that we're finally. I think that's just the thing that all like. I feel everyone as a collective, they just wanted to just go through this, and everyone had like their own different ways of that. And yeah, I mean, we all went through it together, and like we were saying earlier, I mean, it it's for free to be nice to people, even if you don't necessarily agree with what they say.
Yeah.
I mean, that's it's okay for those opinions, but when I don't know, for me, I kind of think when it involves like, you know, people's own health, people's own like personal well-being, as well, if I don't know, it's like gotta just be all chill with each other.
Yeah, here we are, going on to 3 years. That's kind of scary that we're in this pandemic.
Yeah, with all these
Um,
variants going on too.
all the variants going on, and man, like the first year, like the first lockdown, that was a trip.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I've never seen the city so quiet and so still.
Yeah, those are crazy times. I just I
Oh yeah,
think
sorry, you guys moved out.
4 months. Yeah, I think 4 months prior to COVID, or to lockdown. Devon and
Yeah,
I.
you guys left around winter, right?
Yeah. We moved up to excuse me, to Terrace, BC, and that it was good being there for during the lockdown, because that would have been really crazy if we were here during all that. Like, it was more of like a isolated town, and was able to connect a lot with my Simshan and Niscut community over there. But shit, man, like I was and that's funny, dude. I was just thinking about that the other day. I was like, damn, I couldn't imagine like how that would have been living here during the lockdown.
It was a trip. Like, There was long ass lineups to the grocery stores.
Jeez.
There was a lot of empty aisles, a lot of panic buyers, and I think it just showed like the true colors of corporations, where they didn't care who got what. They just wanted to make their profit ASAP, and I'm pretty sure all these grocery stores did profit hardcore because of the panic buyers.
Yeah, man. People were definitely, trying to get their toilet paper.
Yeah, that's another one. Like I heard a story where someone had to steal toilet paper from the local parks, just so they can do what they have to do.
Damn, got some toilet paper dealers. You're like, which one?
Yeah, that was another thing. Like I know, like some scalpers like bought things on bulk and sold things at a premium, which is absolutely disgusting. And
It is.
but it wasn't all doom and gloom. I heard some stories where some neighborhoods were treating it like a community. Like kids are going to their elders and being like, "Hey, we're going to the grocery store. Did you want anything?" And because I know like elders had a really hard time trying to get shit. Because I've heard some people like just take stuff out of elders' carts. Because when people are desperate and scared, they do some really shady shit.
Yeah, either brings the best out of you or the worst out of you. And no, I mean, that's definitely true. That was the very touching moments, is when you did see people get together into like, helping each other out, helping our elders out, and it made those moments that you were actually talking to a person just very valuable. And and unfortunately there were many lives that were lost. I lost my Uncle Woody, and those are really hard. They're really hard to cope through. And it was those beautiful moments where we come together, especially now too. Like, man, I wasn't able to not being able to sing and dance with my dance group like that. I was taking that one really hard, and knowing that now I'm able to do that, and it's nice seeing that things are opening up again. Another thing too was movie theaters, because those movie theaters have always been my sanctuary. And
same here.
Yeah, man, it's just I don't know, not being able to have that, it just, now that we're able to, I don't know, I really value a lot of things now that I felt like I kind of took for granted. And
movies is a big one.
Oddly
or
enough,
even going out to a restaurant.
Fucking, yeah. I mean, you go into a grocery store, saying hi to somebody without them walking away from you, it just makes everything all around more value, and not, us as just, as people, we would think we would have that, and I feel like we do, or with family and friends, but just, I don't know, with your neighbor, with someone who's a complete stranger, to having value in that. Anytime I'm walking now, I always just say hi to whoever's walking past me. Before I never would. I would just put on my headphones, but just knowing and I think that just relates back to just we were talking about time earlier. It's just realizing life is so short, and to just live the best life that you would like for yourself. And I think that's there's many learning lessons that came out from we as a people went through together, and if we take that as those strong takeaways, and of what we can do to expand, and just I don't know, just to keep on keeping on.
keep
Just keep living, man. LIVIN.
Time is fleeting, because literally our first year in CAP was 6 years ago.
Dang.
Around this time I was probably still brooding like an asshole in the back of the class. So
Uh, hey man, you should tell that story. Tell that story about how we first met.
um, how you and I first met? I think we were talking about Marvel at the time, and yeah, no, it wasn't Marvel. It was Batman versus Superman. We
Yeah.
were talking about Batman, and yeah, it was like a quick 5 minute interaction. I think you were one of the first few people I was talking with, and yeah, literally like my first year in Cap, I was the biggest douchebag and was so antisocial. I didn't talk to anyone. I was just in the back of the class. I had this whole asshole attitude, being all like, "You guys stay on your side of the class, and I'm gonna stay over here." X Y Z. I was just a dick. It wasn't until like somewhere in October where I'm pretty sure everyone started to come around and get a lot closer, and I'm pretty sure that was all thanks to the second years of like nurturing that community. And to an extent, I do miss school, but at the same time, I'm not. At the same time, it was also really stressful in Cap.
No, those we did have some stressful times, but no, man, I don't think you were a dick or a douche. No, man. I think I think we it was just the fact the classroom was so small, and like you know the what I loved about our program too is it was very different compared to any other university
Yeah,
classroom, where it's like, because I mean I felt that like when we were in our when we took the English course in second year, um, where everyone kind of just like kept to themselves, and and going into the Indigenous film program, we definitely like, I think a lot of us kind of had that mentality of just like, all right, I'm just gonna do my own thing, that's it. And until like we just all got close to each other, because we're just a bunch of Indigenous filmmakers who all came, have similar stories, or have come all over the provinces, and able to like build a whole, like we were like a little family towards the end of the school year, and that was really amazing. That was definitely one of the most valuable moments I can say I've had. And just because it's, oh man, come from like a growing up in a small town and knowing like I've always wanted to do, like work in film, and able to be around people that have that similar ambition and come from those like similar backgrounds was just, I don't know, man. It was very inspiring and very motivated. And oh man, I always appreciated those times. I remember.
no, same here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a lot of my favorite memories of 2016 to 18 was back in the university, and yeah, it was very communal. We were all really tight, and then the sad reality came in, and eventually everyone just ran their own lives. And of course, there's a few exceptions, like you and I are that exception, where we've remained in contact throughout the years, and 6 years later, here we are,
Got our own
pushing
show.
on to a decade.
Heck yeah,
Our own
man.
show.
But that having this show just gets me excited, because I wanna bring on our former classmates, and that's an invitation to our classmates who are listening. Is we want you guys on here. We want to hear all the cool shit you guys are doing, and
Yeah.
what you guys are working on, and even just coming on for an unscripted episode. I really love this format, man. This is really cool.
Yeah, it's just
Um,
literally just us talking about random shit, which is basically a normal conversation with you and me. We just bounce from one topic to the next.
oh yeah, man. This could go on for hours.
I think the longest conversation we've had was I think it was after class, which is usually 4 o'clock, and we just kept talking till 9 o'clock, and we lived fairly close to each other, so we took the same bus, and then even then we were still talking with each other.
Yeah, man, I remember that. Yeah, I think, jeez.
And then there was
I
a
think there were-
German girl that was apparently hitting on me, which I didn't notice. So
That was so fucking funny, man. Like, we were leaving class. You were wearing your Venom shirt,
yeah,
and we're getting into the elevator, and yeah, this German girl was like, trying to talk to you, and like, it's saying that how much she liked your shirt, and was like, I don't know, she just had those eyes for you, and I just kept quiet, I was just like smiling away, just like listening, because I thought you would I don't know, I thought you were gonna catch on or something.
no, I'm completely oblivious when it comes to that shit. Like, I remember her words specifically. Like, I asked if she was this person, and she's like, "No, I don't know who that is." And I said, "Oh, I thought I knew you." And she responded to, "I'd like to get to know you more." And then we hit our floor. I was like, "Well, maybe one day." And I walked out.
Like, oh man, and I asked you right after. I was like, oh man, dude, I think she was hitting on you. And you're like, what? No. And I was like, no, man.
No, again, I'm completely oblivious when it comes to that shit. So it just goes right over my head.
Oh shit. Man.
Yeah. So we actually did have a proper conversation near the end of the school year. And her name is Anna. So we had a small conversation. She's in the documentary course. So I did go to their screening. It was pretty fun. It was pretty fun.
Oh, that's awesome, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, so
Dang,
that's
dude.
one thing I liked about school is that it's a fairly friendly environment unless you're in that English class where everyone was fairly cliquey and just stuck in their own groups. I know the teacher tried to get us to get to know each other a little more, but I think at the end of the day we just wanted to stay in our own circles.
Yeah, at that time, I was very thankful to have you and Shasha with us, man, because yeah, I felt like I was going back in time, like going into high school, man.
Yeah, it was, and it's a weird credential to put in there because we're always so exhausted. Like, it's literally Monday, and usually it's us filming on the weekend, and literally this first thing in the morning is English, and the three of us are just dead. We're just exhausted.
Yeah, man, and it sucked too because I always really enjoyed English, mostly just for the writing aspect. Yeah. So man, that was a weird course.
Yeah,
man.
it's just placement of it. So
yeah, oh fuck, dude, that last semester of year 2, I was fucking army crawling it through those days, man.
yeah, I was so sleep deprived. Like, I think, I remember, specifically, we went to some kind of seminar. I don't remember what it was. Like, it was really early in the fucking morning, where we went to this cafe. It was kind of like a meet and greet, and I was still thankful to be there, but at the same time, just like, we're tired. We want to edit. We just want just weird placement of it. So
yeah, man, I remember I had deadlines I had to get through.
yeah, same here. So
yeah, no, I remember that. Those were good experiences, man. Yeah, even going through like the film festivals. Like right now, they have VIF going on. And then looking back, I remember when we went to Zachariah Kunek's film. Was that first year? That was first year.
No, first year we went to. I'm pretty sure it was first year.
Yeah, because then second year, that's when it was for an Elenisa Bomsawan film.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, man, those were really good times. Like, I really enjoyed doing that. And then we'd be like talking about the film next day in class, and Oh man, that was such really good experience, and yeah, man, I want to bring on our former classmates, and let's all chat it up,
Yeah,
have
absolutely.
some good chats.
No, it was fun times. We still connect with each other every now and then. Like Sasha, she sends me a message every other day, every other week rather. Isaiah, I
That's
think
awesome.
he's the only one that's kind of fell off the radar, but that's because like he moved back home, which is like somewhere Northwest Territories, I believe.
Yeah, no, man, that's awesome. Like I always, it's always cool. Like I remember seeing just a few of us on like film sets. And it's always a fun time. Like, man, yeah, that's when we gotta make gotta get some films coming up, man. Get back on those sets.
Yeah, absolutely. There's always opportunities out there, and well, I hate to end things abruptly, but I'm feeling a little hungry right now. For those of you who don't know, I am a little sick right now, and my appetite was gone, and now it's back. So,
Oh
um,
man,
yeah. Well,
did you get
anyways,
COVID tested?
no, I don't think it's COVID. I'm pretty sure it's stomach flu. So I do have an itchy nose, but that's about it. I know like that's one of the earlier symptoms of COVID.
Oh man, yeah, man, we can, yeah, definitely get some good old rest, and yeah, man, have some soups, and power through, man, power through. We did our Andor episodes before filming this, so
Yeah,
yeah, man,
yeah. This is a
definitely get
little more
some.
casual, and I'm pretty sure there's gonna be minimal editing the except for somewhere in the middle, like 29 minutes. There's gonna be like this harsh cut right there, but that's because for whatever reason, my program stopped editing. I'm actually glad I was. I usually monitor the waveforms just in case something like this would happen. Because the last thing I want is
Mm.
like us keep talking and then going back like, well, guess what? There's like 20 minutes missing. Like, fuck. So,
Oh man, no, that's a good outlook on that one. Dang, yeah, no, man, this has been fun. It's been some good stuff. Yeah, I definitely would want to do more of this unscripted stuff. It could be a good place to even put our prediction videos up, or you know, just everything and anything.
everything and everything all at once. Great movie.
That is probably my movie of the year right now.
Oh, Jesus. It's so, like, damn it. Okay. If we weren't going to go soon, I'd love to keep talking about it.
A next unscripted episode.
Next Unscripted. That's probably another. Yeah. But anyways, so if you
That's
made it
actually a
this
whole
far,
podcast right there.
please give us a like, comment, subscribe, share. Let us know your thoughts on Unscripted and what would you like for us to talk about. Because literally, it's a fairly broad thing for us, but again, this is more or less a conversation me and Nick would go through anyway. We just bounce from one topic to the next.
That's true. That is true.
What does it end it there? No outro. Zero fucks given. So.